Coach Brian here again with Five Tool Warrior Baseball Academy. Today I want to talk about, had a question the other day about when is it time for their son or daughter to actually start training. Specifically they said weight training, but we like to look at it more that training overall. That includes resistance training in that whole bubble. And it was pretty simple. I'm like, they're pretty much, if they're ready to play sports, they're ready to train in some capacity. Don't get me wrong. This isn't, hey, go throw them in some machines and load up the weight and make it crazy. Okay. Yes, there are some factors you need to look at it, but basic movement skills and what they're learning to play sports is big, and they can start that when they start doing stuff, learning how to run and jump and sprint and move and squat and all those things. All those things are things that they do every day inside the sports and every day when they're out there. So the funny thing that I told her, I'm like, look at it this way: you send your kid to the park to play. They're jumping off the swings, jumping off the monkey bars, landing on the ground from their height, maybe sometimes more. We don't give that a second thought, but the forces that are involved to absorb those forces that they get from that body weight coming in, pushing on them, gravity obviously, those things are a lot higher than a kid doing some lunges, kid doing some squats, kid learning how to do basic deadlift movements, all right, learning how to sprint, all right, basic running skills, basic arm swings, basic leg drives. Those things are all training. They can all be resistance, training. I mean, if you run up a hill, that's resistance training. So saying that an 8-year-old can't do that or a 6-year-old can't do that is silly. All right. Now, taking your kid to the local gym, and you have a bunch of machines that they're set up, and they have, specific, patterns that they're moving them through. Okay, probably not the wisest idea. But getting your kid to hop around, which is resistance training, him to jump and bound and do things like that, that's all good. That's all going to help them. It's going to help them get stronger. It'll help them develop neurologically, all right? But those things are resistance training. We do have to fight gravity at all times, which is the thing that they're going to be doing for the rest of their lives. So think a little bit outside the box when you do that. Watch what they're doing, understand what the programs are trying to get, but don't be just scared that, oh, well, resistance training is X. Well, resistance training is anything that's going to overload the system. We can overload that really simply. We can overload that with body weight, but learning to do those things and to control those movements are huge in their athletic development and just development overall. So I encourage parents, hey, find something to do, and find a gymnastics class, find a speed class, find anything like that does that. That's why we do programs like that, so that we can encourage those kids to get out and play. But those things, we look at them as resistance type activities, because they are building strength, they are building stamina, which in reality is all what it's about.